Hello friends, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you on my YouTube channel BDRT Tutorial. I hope you guys are doing well in your life and going great guns. So in continuation to our previous videos on Income Tax Act, we are going to have a new video which will be on 115 BAC, which is a new incorporated section and applicable from AY 21-22. In our previous video, we have learned about basic concepts regarding to Income Tax Act and the various categories of taxpayers, including their taxability. So in this video, we'll be covering up the new incorporated section 115 BAC. Apart from this, we will be covering up the frequently asked questions that comes into the mind of taxpayer while opting for the scheme, and the important points which needs to be considered while opting the scheme, as well as a comparative analysis of taxability rates as per the old regime and as per the new regime. So without further ado, let's start. Before starting this video, I would like to say something to those viewers जो इस वीडियो को हिंदी में देखना चाहते हैं. हिंदी वीडियो का लिंक इस वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मेंशन है. आप उस वीडियो को देख सकते हैं उस लिंक पे क्लिक करके. Now without further ado, let's start. This section is applicable on individual and HUF, and particularly for individual irrespective of his or her age. So a person whose age is 25, if he or she is earning up to 2,50,000, then there shall be no tax. And for the person who is of age of 60 or more than 60, if his or her net taxable income is up to 2,50,000, then there shall be no tax. Apart from this, with every increment in the net taxable income of rupees 2,50,000, there shall be an increase in tax rates up to 5%, and this shall continue till your income reaches up to 15 lakh. And after your income exceeds 15 lakh, then the tax rate shall be 30%. Now there are certain points which needs to be considered while opting this scheme, that it eliminates the age-based tax rate system. So as I told you, that a person whose age is 30 shall be considered in the same tax bracket if his or her income is 5 lakh, or a person whose age is more than 60 or up to 60 shall be considered in the same tax rate bracket for this particular section. Now it is applicable only for individual HUF. The most advantageous position in this section is that for a salaried taxpayer, you can go back to the existing the old regime tax rates if you think that your tax payable is more in new regime than the old regime at the time of filing of your return. So you can switch back to the old regime of tax rates, even if you chooses the new regime of tax rate earlier. Now HSC as usual 4% shall be applicable, and the surcharge is applicable 10%, 15%, 25%, 37% based on your net taxable income. Tax on special rates shall be applicable as per the special rates, and the rebate under this section under section 87A is also available for this particular section. Moving on, there are certain conditions which need to be fulfilled by the SSC while opting for this scheme. Now there are certain deductions which you cannot take for the computation of your income. You cannot avail the benefit of these particular deductions, like standard deduction of rupees 50,000 and leave travel concession, house rent allowance for transport and conveyance, allowance to MP, MLAs, allowance for income of minor, deduction of sales unit, income interest under section 24, and additional depreciation under section 32AD, 33AB, deduction for expenditure on scientific research 35AD, 35CCC, and 57(2)A. Moving on, there are certain deductions which you cannot avail. Also, set off of any loss or depreciation in relation to any of the deductions which we read in our previous slide, that is 32(1) subsection 2A, 32AD, 33AB, 33ABA, 35(1), 2, 2A, 3, 35(2AA), 35AD, and 35CCC. Set off of any loss cannot be cannot be allowed in any other head except from house property, and also you can only set off the loss up to 2 lakh 2 lakh 2 lakh loss of 2 lakh can be set off against any other head of income, not more than that. The depreciation under 32 you cannot avail, and if there is any depreciation allowance in relation to block of asset, then the WDV of asset shall be, then the additional depreciation shall be added to the WDV of these block of assets from 1st April 2020. Now, if any individual or HUF who is not satisfied with above these conditions, then they can switch back to the taxability as per the old regime, and they can pay their taxes as per the old regime, as per the tax rates applicable in the old regime. AMT is not applicable, and brought forward of AMT credit cannot be set off against income under section 115 BAC, that is the newly incorporated section. Moving on to the next slide, we have frequently asked questions. Now the most important question is that it is applicable for every age group. Yes, this is applicable. And what is the procedure for choosing this option? For salary taxpayer, you can choose this option at the beginning of year, and you can intimate your employer. And for non-salaried taxpayer, you can choose this option at the time of filing of return. The main important question, the major question of various taxpayers are that can be switched back to the old regime if we found later that my taxable income or my tax payable is on higher side as per the new regime. So you can, for salary taxpayer, you can switch to the existing, that is old regime taxpayer system. But for business income, it can be withdrawn only once for a previous year other than the year in which it was exercised. And the most frequently asked questions can be opt in and opt out every year. So if a person who has been taxed as per the new regime in this particular financial year can switch to the taxability rates as per old regime in the next financial year. For salary taxpayer, yes, you can, and for the business income, you cannot. So if your option is once exercised, then the individual or HUF shall never be able to exercise this option under this section. Now moving on, so here's the comparison of different slab rates as per the old regime and as per the new rate. So you can see that up to 2,50,000 there shall be no tax. There shall be no tax for both the regimes, and if your taxable income exceeds rupees 2,50,000, but it is limited to 5 lakh, then there shall be 5%. There shall be a tax rate of 5%. So not much change in the concessional rate of tax rate scheme. But the major reason why people are more inclined towards the new regime is because of this. Now, as soon as your income exceeds 5 lakh in the old rate scheme, you will tend to pay the 20% tax amount, whatever your amount increase from 5 lakh but up to 10 lakh. But here you have the cushion of at least 10% if your income increases from 5 lakh to 7,50,000, and thereafter the 5% cushion if your income increases from 7,50,000 to 10 lakh. Similarly, when your income increases to 10 lakh but it is limited to 12,50,000, you have to pay at least 30% of amount as per in the tax. Your tax rate shall be 30% in that case. But for the new rate, you have the cushion of at least 10%. And after your income exceeds rupees 12,50,000, and but it is limited to 15 lakh, then your income shall be chargeable at 25%. That is, you have the 5% cushion as well. So my assumption is that the more your income increases, the concessional rate of tax schemes will be beneficial for you, because you can see there is a 10% cushion in the slab rates of 5 lakh to 10 lakh and for 10 lakh to 15 lakh as well. Moving on, we have the comparative analysis of the tax as per the old regime and the new regime. So let's suppose your income is 7,50,000. Now in this case, I am assuming that you are not considering any deductions under section 80 or some income based or expense based deduction. So in this case, your tax will be 65,000 as per the old regime, and as per the new regime it will be 39,000. So most probably 40% or 45% your tax shall be saved by opting new regime. But if you are opting for some deductions under section 80 or chapter 6A, any of the chapters of 6A, then your income shall be 4,90,000, which is so you can opt for the rebate under section 87A. In that case, your taxable income is 4,90,000 and your tax payable shall be nil. But since you have to forfeit all your deductions and exemptions under new regime of tax rates, then this old regime of tax can be beneficial in these circumstances. And in this case, 39,000 shall be the tax amount which should be payable as per the new regime. Moving on, when you have the income of around 10 lakh and you have not claimed any exemption under any sections, then in that case your tax payable as per the old regime shall be on higher side, whereas your tax payable on the new regime shall be on the lower side. Similarly, if you are taking some exemptions in your in old scheme, in old regime, then your tax payable shall be on the lower side, as well as your new regime tax shall be on the higher side. If your income exceeds rupees is up to 12,50,000 and you have not taken any exemptions, then you can see your 1,95,000 will be your tax as per the old regime, and 1,30,000 will be your tax as per the new regime. So the basic crux of this scheme is that you have to take into consideration the deductions and any exemptions under the Income Tax Act while opting for the old regime. Then it can be beneficial for you, because there will be no deductions or no exemptions available under section 115 BSC. Moving on, your tax rate, if you are going with your tax payable, if your income is up to 12,50,000 and you are claiming some exemptions, then in that case your old regime tax payable shall be on lower side and new regime tax payable shall be on the higher side as compared to the old regime. Now for the 15 lakh, you can see if I'm not taking any exemption, then my tax payable as per the old regime shall be on the higher side, and as per the new regime it shall be on the lower side. And if I'm taking the exemption, then it almost is same as with the tax rate, with the tax payable as per the new regime. So as I said, the higher your income gets, the more beneficial the concessional rate of scheme will be. So as far as my broad understanding is concerned, you can see that it is a plain analysis. When your income increases with exemption, then the tax as per the old regime shall be on the lower side. But as soon as it increase 10 lakh, more than 10 lakh or more than 15 lakh, 100%, the beneficial scheme for you would be the new regime tax rates. And if you are not considering any exemptions in your computation of income, then obviously concessional rate of tax schemes are more beneficial for you as compared to the old regime. Now, mm, it is simple that a new regime shall be beneficial for someone who is not planning any investment in future dates, or he or she is not planning to invest any money in any tax saving plans. And if you are planning to pursue some investment plans, then, or in order to maximize your wealth, you are planning some investing, then the old regime tax rates shall be more favorable to you. So that's it. In this video, we'll be mm, coming to you with more videos on income tax sooner. So thank you so much, guys. Please do like this video and share it as much as possible, and please subscribe my channel. Thank you.